Today is the beginning of a new series called Epic Battle.
Make some noise for the Pardesi Boyz! D-Boyz!
Hello and welcome back to our channel Pardesi Boyz. Hope you all doing good, practice social distancing. Today's episode is brought to you by alterdigitalmarketing.com.
Altair Digital Marketing helps all your social media marketing needs, and it helps with any kind of online presence if you have a small business. So the link is going to be in the description below. Go check them out.
Before we go any further, please subscribe to our channel if you are new here so you get notification whenever we upload a new video. As you saw in the thumbnail already that we are putting Superman and Thor going head to head today. So it's between Marvel and DC.
We're going to let the audience decide who wins every time, but we're going to pick 4 different characters from each universes and make it go head to head in each episode. And then leave it up to you guys, and according to your comments, then we decide in the next episode that who's the winner from the previous episode. And for today, it's gonna be Thor versus Superman. So without further ado, let's dive in. So basically how this is gonna work is we're going to list the origins of both these superheroes, and then we're gonna compare them over their strengths, weaknesses, durability, speed, and other powers. So let's jump in and look at Superman's origin. It's a bird, it's a plane, nope, it's Superman. Superman was first seen in Action Comic number 1 in 1938. Superman is from a distant planet called Krypton, which is millions of years advanced from us. So the planet was about to explode, so a scientist from that planet puts his infant baby, Kal-El, into a spaceship and sends him to Earth for his own safety. A passing motorist, Jonathan, and his wife, Martha Kent, in Smallville, Kansas, found the baby and brought him to their farm and gave him his iconic name, Clark Kent. After learning about his ability, they told him that people might be scared of his superpower, so he must hide it from world. But eventually, Clark decided to use his gift of superpowers to benefit mankind, and he became Superman. He has beautiful blonde hair, universe's most powerful hammer, and the God of Thunder. Yep, we were talking about Thor. Unlike Superman, Thor's origin is not as known. Thor was first mentioned in the comic book Journey into Mystery number 83 in 1962. Surprisingly, Thor's origin story is very different from what the fans know today. He started off as an American doctor, Donald Blake, who was visiting a remote part of Norway and encountered aliens from Saturn and hid in a cave and found himself blocked by a boulder. And just when the aliens were about to find him, he stumbled upon an ancient cane. Disheartened, Dr. Blake hit the boulder with the cane, converting it into his mighty hammer and converting himself into the God of Thunder, Thor. But later we found out that Thor was already born as a god, but his father Odin cursed him, wiped away his memory, and sent him to Earth, taking away all his godly powers and making him mortal like humans as a curse. Later his father put all of Thor's power in a hammer and hid it somewhere on the earth, stating that if he is worthy enough, he shall possess the power of Thor once again. Now let's talk about the most important quality in a superhero, strength. Strength-wise, it's very difficult to separate these two powerhouses. But we know that DC's Kryptonian superhero, Superman, has dragged planets, even galaxies around, moved and destroyed the sun, punched opponents into orbit on more than one occasions, caught and thrown moon-sized spaceships, bench pressed the equivalent of Earth's weight for 5 days straight. He has even held many black holes in his hands. On the other hand, Marvel's Asgardian superhero Thor has casually lifted the biggest mountains. He has punched so hard that he nearly killed Hulk. He has opened a black hole through the sheer impact of his punch alone. And he made the nearby moon crumble in the same way. The God of Thunder has also lifted the world serpent, which weighs the same as Earth. It looks like we cannot separate these two superheroes when it comes to sheer power and strength. So we're gonna call it a tie. Up next, speed. As far as speed is concerned, it is the one area in which Superman has a real advantage over Thor. Superman could fly around the earth and arrive back in the same spot before you could even blink. But while Superman has super speed, it's not like he would be able to catch Thor off guard by just flying at him. The comics have seen Thor detect incredibly fast moving objects, so he may still be able to see Superman coming. Even with Superman's speed, it's well documented in the comics that Thor is able to throw his hammer at the speed of light. And his magical abilities means he can also spin it at twice the speed of light. He may not be able to fly at the same speed as Superman, but the Man of Steel may have to watch out for flying hammers that packs quite the punch if he tries to catch Thor off guard. So we think when it comes to speed, we'll have to give this one to Superman. So next up, durability. Just like when assessing their strength, the durability level of Superman and Thor are comparatively similar. Both superheroes have survived nuclear bombs going off in their vicinity. Both superheroes have survived being inside a sun, and both have casually shaken off bullets and punches from characters capable of destroying planets. But feat more unique to each hero includes Superman surviving the source wall exploding near him and Thor absorbing a bomb that was supposed to erase all DT from the past, present, and future. In the comic book Death of New Gods, Superman survived the collision between two planets called New Genesis and Apocalypse, whereas on the other hand, Thor survived a direct, concentrated blast of a neutron star. So we're gonna call it a tie because it's really hard to split them on this front. Next up is weaknesses. So now let's go ahead and talk about something no superhero wants to talk about, their weaknesses. Superman has a very specific and a well-known weakness, kryptonite. Kryptonite is an ore form of a radioactive element from Superman's home planet of Krypton, and he is weakened by its radiation. Plus, Thor also has magical abilities, the Man of Steel's lesser known weakness. It's not that DC's superhero is more vulnerable to magic than other superheroes, but he has no specific defense against it, which could spell trouble in a fight against Thor. Now, unlike Superman, Thor does not have any known weaknesses. He is susceptible to neither cold nor heat, so the Man of Steel's freeze breath and heat vision wouldn't necessarily give him an edge. So Thor will definitely come out as a winner in this round. Moving on, let's talk about the other powers these superheroes have. Both Superman and Thor have lots of more complex powers than the amazing superhuman physical hallmarks they possess. In the past, Superman has been known to pull powers out of nowhere. This was mostly limited to the pre-crisis version, but he's also possessed various powers in his most recent classic depictions. He has heat vision, freeze breath, X-ray vision, mind reading, telepathy, accelerated healing, energy absorption, and super hearing. And that's great, but it pales in comparison to Thor. God of Thunder Thor is immensely versatile, thanks mostly to his hammer Mjolnir. He can teleport and travel between dimensions. He can time travel, he can transmute matter, he can also regenerate wounded parts of his body, he can manipulate the weather, provoke lightning, create tornadoes, etc. And he can observe and redirect energy. His hammer Mjolnir is also the source of Thor's flight abilities. There is no competition whatsoever here, so we'll give this one to Thor.
Alright, so here was the epic battle between Superman and Thor. And I think that Superman takes this one.
But I think I'm with Thor. It's up to you guys. You guys tell us, who do you think would win if Thor and Superman goes head to head? And if you want Superman to win, comment Superman. If you want Thor to win, comment Thor. And then we're gonna count the comments. And in the next episode of Epic Battle, we're gonna reveal who's the winner from this episode.
So show us your love by liking, subscribing to our channel, and sharing this video so your friends and family can also involve in this epic battle. If you want us to make more epic battle like this, please hit a like in this video. Until the next video, let the battle begin, and peace out.